you feeling after Rhode Island?
Okay. Things to work on this week, and excited to get back on the field.
What are your initial thoughts in Columbia?
They've won their league 6 times in a row, and they're picked to finish first in their league again, unanimously by all their coaches.
I think it's just 3 games so far this year. Does that kind of hurt how much tape you got on them, or you feel like you're comfortable with what you had on them from last year?
Yeah, they've played the last couple of years.
Just what are some of the offensive takeaways, I guess, from your eye? You wanted to see some things going in that you wouldn't get into. Did those things kind of happen?
In pieces, yes. Our best offensive game was the last game we played, which was a great way to build. And in pieces, no. But
What are you looking for then from this upcoming series for the offense?
just want them to improve. Their plate discipline improved quite a bit. That was nice to see. Situational hitting improved quite a bit. That was nice to see. And then there's, just the consistency of being able to do it each and every day is something that we'd like to see.
Any changes to the starting pitching rotation this weekend?
No.
After a kind of a tough out for Reeds, how do you kind of expect him to rebound this weekend?
Expect him to be really good.
What's made Colin Clark so good to start the year? Just what are the things in the offseason that he's improved upon?
I think he went away this summer and he pitched in the California Collegiate League. I was able to be productive for him. I thought that was great. Came back. He just continued to build. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's always been a strike thrower. He's always had success in his life, and so he's just pounding the strike zone with all of his pitches with a great mentality is what he's doing.
How does he limit hard contact? It feels like a lot of his in contact hits are ground balls to short, ground balls to second. How does he do that so well?
I mean, he's just been mixing his pitches and the angle of his pitches and everything like that. So he's just hard to hit because he's got several pitches he's able to command, and when he's doing that, he's really effective.
You mentioned on Sunday that there were some hitters on the team who hadn't debuted yet that could be your best. Do you expect to get anyone back this weekend ahead of the series?
I don't know. I don't talk about injuries. So.
It's your 3rd straight home series to open the year. Do you like that? Or would you rather kind of have some road non-conference games?
No, I'd like to be on the road for at least one series a year. Traditionally we've usually played in either a tournament or we have a home and home series against Santa Barbara. This is a weird year where us and Santa Barbara don't play that home series, in the first 3 weeks and so forth. So it was just a scheduling deal between us coming out of COVID. But specifically the reason why we didn't play any road series this year is the administration wanted us to stay here because of the Big Ten Conference being new and the travel and stuff like that. So for the future years, every single year, I think for the next 3, we'll be in a preseason tournament, and our continuation of the home and home with Santa Barbara continues.
What are the benefits of hosting, though, so many home games to start the year?
We play at a great park. We play at PK Park. It's a beautiful field. It's awesome. Our guys like to play there. Weather can be a challenge sometimes. This weekend's going to be gorgeous, just like it's been. We're looking forward to it. We like playing at PK Park.
You said last week after Mechna got in that you wanted to use him the weekend before, but there just wasn't time. Can we expect more guys that haven't had time to get in to get their chance this weekend?
The guys who have earned the right to pitch or play are going to pitch and play.
Any update on Toby Twist and how his rehab is going along?
It's going great. Yeah, we should see him. We should be seeing him. I think he's probably about a month out, but we should be seeing him. He's looked great.
Not going to get any injuries, but when guys do eventually come back, like Chase or Parker or Drew Smith when he's back and healthy, how do you go about adjusting the lineup to bring in some of the guys that you think are really good hitters like Chase?
Don't have that decision to make right now until those guys come back. Then I don't have that decision to make. I'll get there when I get there.
No philosophy on that, though?
Put the best guys out there that are going to help you win a game. That's my philosophy.
What you thought of Ryan Cooney's at-bats so far? Has got a lot of hard contact, found a lot of gloves. Just what do you see from his at-bats?
I've liked it. They've been disciplined. He's been able to score runs. He puts several of his outs that would affect his batting average have been productive outs that have scored guys with RBIs. He's taken his walks and he's been able to execute some things. He's gotten a sack bunt down in one of his at-bats. He's gotten hit by pitches. He's a team player.
What are just the main takeaways you've seen for the 2 true freshman catchers here and Nikolai and Mabius?
Mabius is the freshman of the week in the conference. Played really well last week. I think he had a great week. Both of them have caught very well. I haven't seen yet Nikolai's bat in game go off, but I think you will, just like you're seeing Berkeley hit quite a bit right now. They're just both really good. We're lucky to have them both. They've caught extremely well. When they're back there catching, it doesn't feel like you got some new freshman guy that, is trying to figure it out back there. Things are settled and very secure feeling when you're watching them play.
What do you see from Jax, from Jimenez?
Freshman right now, inconsistent. Some moments where you go, man, that's really cool. Probably, if anything, over trying, if anything. But heart's in the right spot. Great kid, going to be a really good player. And he's gotten some opportunities here recently, which is great for Jax.
You guys obviously have a lot of infielders. Is that more of the reason that he's coming in as defensive replacement or starting in right field rather than Matt second or short? Do you think he could do both?
I think he can do both. I mean, he's getting some time right now because of, there's a lot of guys that we don't have available. And when we get those guys available, that adds some length to it. But right now we're a little light on some available bodies.
As an outfield coach, just kind of what are like the biggest adjustments a guy has to make to pick up a spot in the corner in center field after, being an middle infielder most of their high school career?
Oh, those guys that are infielders usually are your best outfielders. They get out there and it's usually a lot easier. The ball's, getting on them not as quick as it does on the infield. You just have to teach them routes. I got to teach them routes. They got to see the ball off the bat. The slice off the left-handed bat when you're in left field or the right-handed bat when you're in right field. Some of the wind conditions and stuff like that can be a factor. But overall, those guys are great athletes, and you see it when they get a chance to get out there.
With Jax, obviously the defensive versatility, but also a switch hitter too. Like, are there places you want to see the bat kind of pick up some steam if he gets more playing time going forward, or is it just a freshman season for him?
No, I'd love to see the bat get going as good, and he's got huge potential with the bat. The things that you're seeing Mabius do right now, he could easily do. And so, yeah, we need him to get going with the bat, just like all these guys. Yeah.
When you're moving guys to the outfield, can you teach picking the ball off the bat, or is that just kind of like an instinct that people are just lucky to have?
Teach timing of the feet when they should be hitting the ground.
Mm-hmm. In terms of just picking the ball up, when it's a fly ball, and judging that, is that something that you can teach, or is that just
I think there's an instinctive part of it, and when you're teaching proper timing, then the athlete usually can figure out how to read a ball, or flight a ball, and stuff like that. But it does take a little bit of time for them to just adjust to the ball in the air versus on the ground.